blessing the animals with the mic. Okay. Okay. All right.
We'll use that for the story too.
Well, the story's first. The story is first before blessing the animals. Good morning. And welcome, friends and animal friends as well, to the Emerson Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Marietta, Georgia. I am Michael Myers, and I will be your worship assistant for this morning. Whoever you are, wherever you are in your life journey, you are welcome here. Whoever you love, wherever you were born, whatever your language, you are welcome here. Whatever your skin color, whatever your class background, whatever your range of abilities, you are welcome here. We are so glad that you chose our congregation for your morning worship for this blessing of the animals. We come together for the worship in order to slow down and listen for the calling of our hearts and our spirits. Everyone here in person, you are invited to join for social time following the service for light refreshments in the two fellowship halls. One is downstairs, right behind the sanctuary. If you go down this hallway, you can get there. The other one will be upstairs in room 214 for family-friendly fellowship, and the staircase for that is also down that all the way to the end. After fellowship time, please join us for religious exploration for all ages and small groups and activities as listed on the back of your order of service. We are so glad for us to be together today. Now for our chalice lighting. Now we pause to light our chalice as a symbol of our shared Unitarian Universalist congregation. Do we have Cora Jean-Paris? Their mom got okay. Well, we don't. I guess Christina gets to do it this morning. Our chalice words this morning are by Amy Zucker. Morgenstein? Okay. Let us praise the darkness that shelters us, that welcomes the owl to hoot, the hunt, and the human to sleep. Let us praise the depths of the ocean, where the lantern move of their own light, and the velvet dark of caves, where salamanders move by scent with no need for sight. Let us praise the dawn, the blue jellyfish glowing with their inner sun, the invisible light that guides each of us, every living creature, toward whatever we need to live, toward whatever we ardently seek. Now, in the spirit of love and beloved community, let's greet and welcome each other to this day as we share our congregation affirmation. We need not think alike to love alike. Let's greet and welcome each other to this new day. Those in the sanctuary, feel free to move around and offer greetings. And for those online, please use the chat to introduce yourself.
Sorry. That was a little loud. I've had a lot of practice with singing bowls. Hello, I'm Reverend Christina Branum-Martin. It is so good to be with you today. I see faces that come every week, some that we haven't seen in a while, and new faces amongst us. As we gather this morning, it is fitting that we celebrate today the other members of our families. The four-legged, I see a few. Some two-legged, some no-legged, although I heard there was a snake coming, and I haven't seen that child yet. These are the people in our family that we call our pets. Our cats, our dogs, our lizards and snakes, the turtles and guinea pigs, and all of the other kinds of animals that we share our homes and our lives. They are dear to us, and perhaps only fellow animal lovers may appreciate them. And my guess is that if you knew the focus of today's service in advance and decided to come anyway, you are certainly one of us. Today we will bless and honor not only the animal friends we love and know, we will also bless the big and the small and the domesticated and the wild animals that exist everywhere. Unitarian Universalist minister Nancy Schaefer says we bless and honor the animals with our words and songs. The ant and the aardvark, the spider and the sparrow, the whale and the wallaby. It is right to bless and honor all animals that depend on us to protect their habitats from destruction. Let us bless them today with our commitment to live sustainably, to honor them with our commitment to take care of the air and the land, the streams, the rivers, and the seas, healthy and whole for all living things. The music today is not the old Protestant hymns. Aww. Darn. It's so interesting. I met somebody recently who grew up Methodist, and they said, you know, the tunes are familiar, the words, they're all different. Today we're going to sing, though, a tune that is familiar, which is Finlandia, and we're going to sing it for the animals. So the words will come up on here, and let's sing together. Stand if you'd like, or sit with your animals, whatever you need to do. Today is a relaxed, informal day.
So,
Oh, you might?
am I on?
No, here you go.
I should be on. That's okay. Oh, here I am. So, if you don't know the tune to Finlandia, you might know the tune to We Would Be One. Mm-hmm. And they are, coincidentally, in one the same. This is my dog, the one that makes my heart soar. This is my cat, the one whose fur I love. These are my pets who bring joy
We pause now for the matters of the heart, and I'm wondering, Valentino, would you be willing to do the stones since Cora wasn't able to make it today? Thank you so much. Sometimes being the minister's child has a burden. The stones are smooth and they have weight. They are indicative of the things we carry in our lives that are heavy and the joy that brings a smile to us. And the water receives them with ease. Each week you're invited to put what is on your heart in this book or to email it to pastoralcare@emersonuu.org. And we start each week with 3 stones. First, in honor of the Cherokee and the Muskogee nations of indigenous people whose land we are on. The second, in memory of those wrongly enslaved here who labored on this land. And the third, for all those hurting in current conflicts across our globe. Today we also have a stone to honor and celebrate the holidays of the Jewish tradition. Last week, Rosh Hashanah was celebrated, and this was a celebration of the new year of the year 5786. Wow, Happy New Year. And this past week, Yom Kippur was honored, the highest of Jewish holy days. And this day honors the tradition of seeking forgiveness in the Day of Atonement. And we hope that if this was a day you celebrated in your family, that this day was meaningful for you. And in acknowledgement that the turmoil that is going on in the Middle East, in the lands of Palestine and Israel, please put a stone to hold the people of these lands, especially all the children in war and in need. We wish them safety from our hearts. I'm going to start with a joy. Somebody who we dearly love is moving away for a new adventure, and I invite Bellamy Bodiford to come forward. This joy is bittersweet. Come on up, if that's okay with you. We know, Bellamy, that you are leaving our family here, and we honor you and bless you with all the wishes of good things to come for you and your partner. They're moving to Denver, Colorado. And I want to give you this wooden chalice that was hand-turned by a friend of mine for you to take with you. I know that your being here has helped me learn to be a better minister, and I wish you all the best. May I give you a hug? Oh, here's a joy. Cora Jean-Pierre is turning 9. Happy birthday, Cora, tomorrow. Yay. We have a sorrow from Rachel Gaines, a friend and colleague, died by suicide on Friday. I can't help feeling that this world did not deserve her. I hold your loved ones close. And Rebecca Carlson said, my cousin Scott and my aunt Sissy, both have biopsies scheduled this week. Thoughts and prayers are welcome. Yes. And the last, I want to point out from the Emerson Aesthetics team, when you walk in the door and if you look in the hallway on the wall, you'll see a beautiful new quilt, and it is above the legacy pew. And the legacy pew, for those who are new, I don't know if you realize that wooden pew is the last one left from the old little yellow church. That was the building prior to this one. And the quilt that is there, hanging on the wall with glory and color, represents our new covenant expressed through a set of inseparable and interdependent shared values. Creating this quilt was a project of Emerson's aesthetics team, with Loretta Jocelyn taking the lead for the team. Loretta worked with master quilters Ginger Husingfeld and Rebecca Edwards to create this masterpiece. And after deciding with Loretta on the design, Ginger completed all the piecing and quilting, and we know that is a labor of love. Loretta created the chalice with her signature painting on silk fabric. Rebecca came up with a unique way to incorporate text onto the quilt, and we are fortunate to have such talented Emersonians in our midst. Thank you. Would you like to share one? Come on. It's not written down, so you can share it yourself. Okay. Oh, me put a stone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Last week, my uncle died of cancer. He had cancer before, and the cancer came back, and I remember the night before he died, me and my mom were laying in her bed, and she asked me if I wanted to send a message to him to tell him how much I loved him, and I was really tired and I wasn't sure, and I thought there was more time, so I said no. And I can't help but feel regret and kind of a guilt in me, but I know that in the future, well, I know that I will get through this, and whatever you all are suffering at the moment, and even though nothing outrageous has occurred, or you are going through your own sorrows that you have not announced, we are here for you, no matter if you share it or not.
Let us close with a Buddhist prayer of loving kindness together. May we all be filled with loving kindness. May we all be free from harm and suffering. May we all be well in body, heart, and mind. May we all be at peace. Blessed be.
Good morning. My name is Stratton Washington. I'm a member of Emerson's Social Justice Leadership Team. The offering that we take each Sunday isn't just a stale habit, it's an opportunity to recommit to this place and to this people. Our offering is an affirmation, a yes. When we give, we say yes to something we value. With our gifts freely given, may we say yes to the values of our faith. Our offerings to help us practice Unitarian Universalism within and beyond our congregation as tools to bring more love to the world. Each week, our offering is equally shared between our congregation and our partner organization. And for October, we are partnering with the Lost and Found Youth. Lost and Found Youth is an Atlanta-based nonprofit organization that provides services to LGBTQ+ youth experiencing homelessness. Through support, outreach, advocacy, skills training, they work to end homelessness for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, LGBTQ+, and all sexual minority youth. Their transitional house provides help with overnight needs. This month, in addition to sharing this collection with the important organization, we're collecting gently used clothes, especially jeans, and new underwear and socks. These items can be given to youth in need or sold in their thrift shop. Please bring your donations to room 103. For those in the sanctuary, as the basket is passed, please feel free to offer a donation or see in your order of service other ways to give. And for those online, go to emersonuu.org, select the Giving tab to donate. And for the children or young at heart among us, there are lollipops in the baskets too. Thank you.
Good morning. Can I have the young and the young at heart come join me and Mr. Noel up here? And Reverend Christina. Oh, and we're bringing our pets with us. Nice. So, before we have our story from one of our favorite storytellers, I just want to mention that we're going to do the pet blessing right after the story for all ages. So after the pet blessing, I'm going to meet you back there if you're going to nursery, okay? All right, it's your show. Cool.
Hey, welcome to the story for all ages. So today we're going to tell a story originally from the Mahabharata, which I'm sure you all studied in school. It's a very famous work in the West, very famous with people that look like me. And so there's a lot of stories going on in here, but a lot of them concern the Pandavas, which is a group of 5 brothers. There's Yudhishthira, Bhima, Nakula, Sahadeva, Arjuna, and their wife Draupadi. Okay, this is embarrassing. So I went to school for English, right? So without the benefit of an Oxford comma, it probably sounded like Draupadi was married to all 5 of the brothers, right? That'd be crazy, right? So that's what it was. And this happened in an interesting way. Basically, they were fighting, as you do, in wars, as you do. And as a prize for winning a battle, Arjuna was promised a wife, which seems, not the most feminist thing, and maybe it's not. And when he got home, his mom, when she was greeting the brothers, said, "Hey, you guys need to share everything that you won at war." And he goes, "Oh, this is awkward." But that's what they did. And they all kind of lived together. She had a kid by each of them. And, maybe that's not a feminist thing, or maybe it's actually quite a slay, as the kids say. Up to you to judge. So anyway, after all these battles, near the end of their lives, they decided to go climb a great mountain in order to get to heaven, as you do. And as they're doing it, pretty soon, Draupadi dies. And everyone's very upset, especially Arjuna. And Yehistri goes, well, it was kind of her fault because she loved Arjuna too much. And just keeps going. He's the oldest brother. He's very cold. He's used to it. He's used to seeing his siblings get everything that they want. I'm an oldest sibling, if you can't tell. And so they kept climbing. But then one by one, Nakula, Sahadeva, Bhima, even great Arjuna, all fell. And each time Yudhishthira would say, well, it's their fault. They cared about how they looked too much, or they ate too much, or just things like that, right? The kind of excuses you make. And eventually, the only companion that he had left was this tiny, little, scrappy, feral dog, this little street dog that had traveled with him the entire time. It's this little tiny thing, just all, with like one kind of glitchy eye, You're picturing it, right? This cute little thing. And it just kept climbing and climbing, which was insane. Because there's this tiny little, like, chihuahua-looking thing, is what I picture it as. Yeah, chihuahua. And they go and they get up to the very top, and they see the gate to heaven. And Indra's standing there. And Indra says, okay, you can come in. But as soon as they're stepping through, he says, wait, the dog is not welcome. And so what's Yudhishthira do? What would you guys do if you had to go somewhere and you couldn't bring your dog? Not go. You be loyal to your dog, burn the place to the ground. I think I heard someone say that, yes? Okay, I'm going to editorialize. You didn't say anything about not liking dogs. You said dogs are great. Is that what you said? That's what I heard? Okay. But loyalty, it's important to some people, right? So Yudhishthira listened to the reasons. They said, this doesn't make sense to me. And Indra goes, well, everyone sits on the floor in heaven because it's comfortable, and all their food's on the floor, and dogs just kind of walk all over it. It's really gross. We can't do that. And this kind of made sense, but Yudhishthira said, you know what? If my dog, this loyal being right here, is not welcome, my brothers, our wife, I understand why they weren't allowed in. Because they just, they're a little silly, just a little, whatever. It makes sense that they wouldn't be allowed in here, but this dog is completely loyal. So, and when Yudhishthira is saying this, he's not just talking about this dog, right? He's also talking about all the battles that they were in earlier, right? And they have these devas and other great gods, right? And people that could have stepped in and protected them, could have helped the people, but they didn't. So Yudhishthira says, I'm basically going to be a better shepherd to this little low, mangy dog than you have been to all of humanity, right? So it's also kind of like he's being, being kind of petty. Which pettiness and loyalness, when they combine, that's truth right there. So they continue on the path. And as they do, surprise, the dog transforms. This entire time it was actually the god of Dharma, of life, of destiny. And he says, this was a trick. So they go to the real heaven. And then some other adventures happen. They go to hell. They realize that hell's not real. It's very trippy. I have a question real quick, though, Christina. Were you going to say anything about Senator Graham Vest? You weren't? Okay. So I was wondering if I could mention this, but I didn't want to scoop you. I thought it'd be rude. Okay. So a little history. So Missouri's an interesting state. That's where I'm from, right? And as of 1861, they were part of the Union, but they still held slaves. Awkward, right? And the Emancipation Proclamation happened in 1863, as we all remember, right? This freed slaves that were in the South, that were past enemy lines, basically. So Missouri, still slaves. 1865, 1st of January, they hold a convention and Congress passes the 13th Amendment, which frees slaves everywhere, but it's not ratified until December. However, that same month, January 31st, Missouri says, hey, you know what, slavery, not a great idea. And they end it. So Missouri's not as bad as you think, in the grand scheme of things. Anyway, just to give you an idea of the character of the state. So a long time ago, this is about 1870, there's a man who has a hunting dog on his property, wanders off. And I'll end it real quick. So the neighbor goes and he shoots the dog. Dog's dead, really sad. And what does the guy do? In a show of loyalty, he goes and he sues the man. Very American, right? And Senator Graham Vest decides to come up for his defense, and he says, I will win this case, or else I will apologize to every dog in the state of Missouri, which there were quite a few at the time. So he does what every good lawyer does. He doesn't worry about the facts. He worries about people's emotions, which If you practice tort law, that makes it a piece of cake. Maybe you speak French, that was hysterical. So anyways, just some excerpts of what he said in his closing argument. The best friend a man has in this world may turn against him and become his enemy. His son or daughter that he has reared with loving care may prove ungrateful. Those who are nearest and dearest to us, those whom we trust with our happiness and our good name, may become traitors to their faith. If a man has money, he may lose it. Property could burn down. The one absolutely unselfish friend that a man can have in this selfish world, the one that never deserts him, the one that never proves ungrateful or treacherous, is his dog. No, not brother. Brothers can they can turn into cats. There actually is a note here. It says cats are also okay. Yeah. So anyways, he just continues on. A fortune drives the master forth, an outcast in the world, friendless and homeless. The faithful dog asks no higher privilege than to accompany him, to guard against danger, to fight against his enemies, and when the last scene of all comes, and death takes the master in its embrace, and his body is laid away in the cold ground, no matter if all other friends pursue their way, there by his graveside will be the noble dog, his head between his paws, his eyes sad but open in alert watchfulness, faithful and true, even to death. Yeah. Yes, please join us for the song of dedication.
Well, it is time. Our dogs and our cats and our birds are saying with their wiggles, it is time for the blessings of the animals. And know that if your animals need to move around, this is the service for it. If you also need a room in the back, that's, hello. There's a room that is behind us. That right now the lights are out, but the shade is there. I want to point out that that room is always there for you if you need a quieter space that might not be as full of people. I know that for some of my neurodivergent and spicy friends, that room is a safe space for them, and because it's a space that gives you less people, and you can turn on the service on the wall. And the other room on the back has our children's library and some toys, and so families can go. And today, please know you can use whatever room you need to for you and your animals if they need it. The animals that we have with us today, we are so thankful for the beautiful ones whose fur is silky and whose tails are long, whose feathers are brilliant and whose voices are splendid. We give thanks. And we also give thanks for the frantic ones, the runts and the hungry who run for the bowl or a pat as though that is the last thing on life they are looking for. We give thanks for their impatience. We also give thanks for those obnoxious little puppies and kittens who wake us up so early in the morning and they snuggle up to you, waking you up in bed. And you know what? The bodies that refuse to learn discretion as they have their digestive gifts. We give thanks for them. We give thanks for those who bark and purr and growl and mew and squeak and squawk and snarl or hiss. For all the animals, we are blessed by them. Blessed are the creatures who live with us and need our care. Blessed are the mammals and the reptiles and the birds who teach us we are not alone. Blessed are all living things from whom we learn love. Michael, if you would come forward. Where's the microphone? Oh, good. I'm going to invite you to come up with your animals, either with a name of an animal who might be at home, or a photo on your phone, which is often the case these days rather than a printed picture. Maybe a stuffy of somebody who has a stuffed animal. And I'll invite this section to come first in a moment and say to Michael the name of your pet and one thing in a word or two that makes you smile when you're with them. And then if you would, come next to me and I'll give them a blessing. And the blessing that I will share is, may you and your family be blessed with comfort, joy, and love that knows no boundaries. All right, if you would start with this section, come on up.
This is Phoebe, and we love how she is a very fast runner.
So the thing is, like Kylo and Galadriel, and now we have Pearl and 4 chickens who are really cute and squawk a lot. And we had a cat that died a few years ago. We had her, like, I don't know, 5 years ago. And this is her favorite stuffy.
This is Lily. She is incredibly fast and loyal.
Blessings from my dog, Prince George.
I have 3. This is Pepper, and she is an angel. And this is Charlie, and he is very snuggly. And this is Levi, and he is adorable.
I'm sure some of y'all have met Valentino. I guess the best part is his waggy tail. And he can go everywhere. And this is my cat, Amelia. Y'all heard his story about his sister. And she's just very sassy. And I just pray for long lives for both of them.
I have 2 nephew dogs at home. I'm dog sitting right now, Tyson and Soju, so I just want to send them blessings this morning as well. And I love their happy little brotherhood. They love each other.
Good morning. This is Sasha. She is the wisest, sweetest dog I've ever had. I have several special needs animals at home too. I have a 3-legged dog named Larry, a 3-legged cat named Trey, another cat who's blind, and a dog I just inherited when my brother passed away, but I couldn't bring them all here. So Sasha won, because she's the leader of the pack. Thank you.
This is my cat, Thibodeau. He's 14 years old, and I belong to him.
This is Duncan. I love that he has a curly tail that he likes to wrap around my wrist whenever I'm petting him. He couldn't come today because he growls at everything and he barks at everything.
This is Eddie, short for Edamame. He's just very sweet. And then we have 2 cats. We have Inari, she's very clingy, especially with me, and she has a lot of fortitude.
And we have Selena, who is very patient when she's being violently pet by our son.
This was a stray dog that we saved from a house fire she was in down in Florida. And she's a very loving dog, and she loves particularly folks in wheelchairs. She goes right up to them and touches their heart.
That's my snake, Aggie. She is a California king snake I got from a reptile center. And this is my stuffed animal. And, palmetto.
This is our cat Olive, and she's very scared. And we call her a scaredy cat. And this is our cat Mochi, and I like that he comes in my bed and snuggles with me. And since we know Mochi, me and Theo have been petting him since the past few years. And another thing about Olive? We adopted Olive at one of my soccer games. We found an owner who had a box and said free kittens, and this kitten needed a home, so we asked our parents if we can adopt it. So.
This is Leo. I got him 3 days ago from the Cobb County Animal Shelter. He's turning out to be a very loving, he thinks you're all here to see him. But he's very loving and loves people and dogs, and I'm very blessed with that, so.
I got 2 cats, Ghost and Dexter. Ghost makes me smile because she's really, really sweet, and Dexter because he's not.
This is Ella, our terrier. We got her 7 years ago, and her tail, instead of going up and down, goes in a circle. So that's funny.
I have 2 cats, Trika and Abro, and they came with us from Mexico as outside stray cats, and now they're inside house cats.
So this is Aubrey, my first grand puppy. I got her a few years ago. And then Magic, my next grand puppy, they adopted her just a few weeks ago. Then there's Mona, and Mona's not your typical cat. You know, some cats will push you away when they've had enough. She cannot get enough cuddles. And then there's this little orange tabby that keeps coming to our deck. So I think they're fixing to be rescued pretty soon, too.
This is my cat Pinto. She's very sneaky, and she has bright blue cross eyes.
These are my dogs, Phoebe and Juno. Phoebe is goofy and Juno is smart. And then my cats, Jellybean and Cash. And Cash is wild and Bean is sweet.
We are the moms of Boomy, and she is incredibly cuddly to me.
And this is just a stuffy representation of her. She is an actual cat. But I love how chatty she is, and she orders me around all the time, and I love it.
This is my deer, and the deer does not have a name, but he's been coming to our bird feeder since before he grew antlers. And we put out a few apples for him and some rabbit food. And, we love him to death, but, his days might be numbered because deer season starts in 2 weeks. So he needs a blessing today.
Our dogs are Ozzy and Dio. It's
picture of him. And our cat is Dodger. And our grand cats are Whiskey, Malibu, Magnolia, and Mr. Boy. And I don't know what we'd do without them.
So this is Echo and Riser. Fun facts, they're very energetic and cuddly, despite being cold-blooded. No, they really are. They're like rats, which people also love to cuddle. And Riser, she eats her own skin. Fun fact. Yeah.
So these are my cats, Oliver and Tom, and dog Lila. I love how extremely opinionated they are.
This is Penny Lane. She's a Yorkshire Terrier, sort of. She loves packages, so if Amazon comes, she wants to see what's in the box.
This is our Beaver Terrier. His full name is Jägermeister Kinderhoon de Veltliner. We call him Jaeger for short. What I like about him the most is his fierce loyalty and the fact that if Melanie gets up and goes somewhere he doesn't think she should be, he barks at her like hell.
Okay, well, no. So these are our two cats, and we couldn't live without them. They both have anxiety, like me, and I am their human support. What I love about Sully is if I sit down, he's on me, purring. And Bean is obnoxious, and he howls at night, but I love him in spite of that. She just wanted to show a silly picture of Sully.
Hello, we are here for 3 animals that we didn't bring. And first one is Bearsy, who is a mutt of all mutts, but he is amazing. And this is my absolute favorite picture of him. And he is smiling, if you can believe that. That's Bearsy.
Our other two, one is Delilah. She is a American foxhound that I didn't bring. She doesn't feel great today. But this is a picture that I was drawing of her that's for my Creativity Matters group today. And then also we have a little turtle named Turtle Girl that was given to me back in 2017. And she has gotten gigantic and lays eggs like twice a year. So we love her too.
This is Maverick. He's our dog. He's a Boston Terrier. He's very energetic, and so he really keeps us on our toes, but he's also very loving.
This is Jolene, named just so I can sing to her. She's a German Shepherd mix, and I adopted her when she was 7. And she's just filled with unconditional love.
This is our cat Tori. We have another cat named Olaf, but she's at a different house right now. She's a pure white. He's a pure white breed. For Tori, at first we thought she was a tortoiseshell, but she's actually a calico, so she's very, very energetic, but doesn't like new people that much.
This is Mango, my Senegal parrot, which is just, smallish parrot. I've had her for 25 years, and she's my companion. She took a shower with me today. She's got a playground in the office, in the TV room, in the dining room, in the studio. Yeah, she goes everywhere. I also have 5 exotic Gouldian finches that I was breeding, but I'm not breeding anymore, and a teeny little owl finch named Zeus, and a cat named Saffron that I love, who's afraid of Mango. Good deal.
Hi, in my house we have Simon, a dog who belongs to one of my housemates, and we have 3 cats, Thor and Freya and Emberly, and then outside we have a cat that comes around to be fed in the evening named Black Key, and I brought a picture of Thor when he got his lion cut. Thanks.
So we have 2 cats, Loki and Poe, and we have Thor, or dog. This is a rare occasion when they're all cuddling together, and it's peaceful. Thor could have come, but he really has no behavior. He'll bark at everything.
So beautiful, everything that everyone has said. It's actually made me cry. I have had pets. They're no longer alive, so that's why I'm crying. This was Louie and Gabby. They taught me what real love is, so that's why I'm crying.
This is Thor Thunderpaws, representing the rest of the zoo that I have at home and the hundreds of kittens that I've fostered over the years.
We have 2 kittens. One is named Little Trash, and the other is named Pernice. And then we have 2 turtles. One of them is named Sergeant Pepper, and the other's named Lucy.
Hi. I have too many pets that I'd like to name, so I'm not even going to name them. But I do have a picture of Snotty Dog. He's the farm dog who's pretty much, I feel like, Aunt Steph to. And he's kind of like the great-grandfather to a lot of pets that we've had. And right now, even though I might not own a pet, I have many grand pets, and they're always welcome in my house, and they live in my house most of the time. So you know it's this time of year because my doormat is my grand cats and with their pictures, and in the summer my doormat is my grand dogs and their names and pictures. So thank you.
This is Phantom, also known as His Majesty the Phantom Menace. Yeah, I heard that name. Anyway, he poses. He helped me paint when I was painting from home at COVID. In COVID, he'd sit on my pictures. Anyway, he's a character.
Yeah, he lets her live in her own house. This is Takaru, and he does not like the microphone, but he likes to come here and steal the show every year, and he's a Senegal parrot.
A couple of things were emailed in. This is Goober from Jennifer Prisbilla. This is One-Eyed Paul Hollywood from Jennifer. This is Lisa from Karen Anderson Cordova. And the Markham Pets from Stephanie Spalding are Boo, Shelby, Dakota, Phoebe, and Juno. The cats Momo, Rainbow, Vera, Boomy, Pinto, Jellybean, you, and rabbits, Boof, Peter, and Chelsea. That is a full house. All right. Oh, and my bird. My bird doesn't have their wings clipped, and so when we're home, he flies about. But we have a stuffy of him. His name is Apollo, and he comes in spirit. All right. Thank you. You want to do the... Michael, should children go to the nursery? It's a little late for the nursery. I think Michael, I don't even see Michael, and the little ones have gone. Oh, okay. Why don't you do your blessing?
I spent most of my life following a Native American philosophy. I try to think of the plants and the animals in the web of life as my equals instead of my lessers. I also try to learn from my sister plants and brother animals the qualities I wish to have. In that spirit, today's reading is Native American Pet Prayer by Victor Fierman. O Great Spirit, I give you thanks for creating all of the peoples, two-legged, four-legged, winged, and finned. May I learn the great lessons from each of these. From the cat, let me learn healing and clarity and keen vision. From the bird, let me learn how to let my spirit soar. From the fish, let me learn tenacity and to overcome obstacles. From the horse, let me learn strength and freedom. From the dog, let me learn faithfulness, courage, and unconditional love. May I walk, swim, and fly in harmony and balance with all of these. Aho.
The blessing of the animals is usually celebrated on the first Sunday of October like this year because it falls close to the Catholic feast of the Saint Francis of Assisi, the feast day. And some have called Saint Francis the patron saint of ecology. He lived at the turn of the 12th to the 13th century, and he is celebrated for his compassionate approach to nature, viewing all creatures as part of God's creation, worthy of kindness and support. It is written by a medieval biographer named Thomas of St. Francis, not the same person, that St. Francis of Assisi overflowed with a spirit of love not only for men and women who suffer, but also for animals and reptiles and birds and any other creatures with or without consciousness. And some called him a little crazy. He would even pick up the worms on the walk before him, or if trees were to be cut down for wood, he would make sure to remove the nests. He would come across a vast field of flowers, and he would preach to them and exhort them to praise God as they could understand in his words. And the biographer concluded, if more people were like Francis, this probably would be a better world for all of us. I think I would say the same for Dr. Jane Goodall, who left us this week on October 1st. She died at the age of 91. And the whole world is deeply saddened by the loss of her. So it is appropriate that we honor her here today. And Keith, are you able to show that photo that's in the digital file? This is such a striking picture. Oh, not that one. That's the story. Well, I'll tell you about the photo. It's a photo of Jane Goodall leaning down with a chimpanzee reaching up to touch her hair. It's a beautiful photo, and if you find it later, you can put it up. I'll say briefly, as our time is running short, that Jane Goodall, born in 1934, devoted her whole life to giving a voice to animals who were threatened or suffered. Known mostly for her work with chimpanzees, she lent her significant stature to advocating to all types of animals in need. She says it was her dog. Hey, Valentino, I need all of you to listen. Thank you. Jane Goodall said it was first her dog that taught her empathy and helped show to her that animals have their own connections to people. Jane Goodall's life and work not only made an indelible mark on our understanding of chimpanzees, but all species and humankind and the environments we all share. She was curious, she had hope and compassion, and the people around the world, and she paved a way for many others, and particularly for young people who looked to their future in science, and especially women who wanted to make a place for them in science. She worked in the Gombe National Park in Tanzania, and her research center continues to this day and will continue into the future, they say. Our seventh principle and our past rendition of our values, and there's that amazing photo, look at that. That just moves my heart to see that. We are a part of our interdependent web of all existence, and we are a part of our connection with each other. Both St. Francis of Assisi and Jane Goodall knew this and taught us so much about that connection. I'll close with a quote from her book called The Book of Hope that was just published in 2021. She wrote, "If only we can overcome cruelty to human and animal with love and compassion, we shall stand at the threshold of a new era in human moral and spiritual evolution." She gave the wild a voice, and in so doing reminded us of our humanity and our own call to action. If we look at the whole picture, we are bound to feel hopeless and helpless, she said. But once we realize that even small actions cumulatively can make a big difference, we can start taking action to make the world a better place. I want to take one moment. I want you to raise up your voice for all the animals that have been in your life, the ones who you missed today, the ones who touched your heart. Let's just say their names out loud. I know I've got a few. I'll share Lady and Cameron and Dion and Cassidy and Chappie
Wiggy.
and Spot and Mojo.
Kendall.
It is so clear that our pets and animals in our life have brought so much to us. May the memories of them long linger in our heart. Let's close with a fun song. It's called All God's Critters Have a Place in the Choir.
Now, there are a few animals mentioned in the song, and we really need to hear those animals represented. So if you feel inspired by the howl of a coyote, or if you even know what a jaybird sounds like, hit it. All God's critters got a place in the choir. Some sing low, some sing high. Some swing out on a telephone wire. And some just clap their hands or paws or anything they got now. Listen to the bass, it's the one on the bottom with big croaks, and the hippopotamus moans and groans with the big to-do, and the old cow just says moo. Well, the dogs and the cats, they take up the middle. The honeybee hums and the crickets fiddle. The donkey brays and the pony neighs and the old coyote howls. All God's critters got a place in the choir. Some sing low and some sing high. Some sing out loud on the telephone wire. And some just clap their hands or paws or anything they got now. Listen to the top where the little bird sings the melody with the high voice ringing. Hoot owl hollers and everything, and the ear disagrees. Singing in the nighttime, singing in the day. The little duck quacks and he's on his way. The possums don't have much to say, and the porcupine talks to herself. All God's critters got a place in the choir. Some sing low and some sing high. Some sing out loud on a telephone wire. And some just clap their hands or paws or anything they got now. Everybody here is part of the plan. We all get to play in the great critter band. From eagles in the sky and whales in the sea, it's one great symphony. One more time. All God's critters got a place in the choir. Some sing low and some sing higher. Some sing out loud on the telephone wire. Some just clap their hands, applause, or anything they got now.
What?
You got to extinguish?
Yeah.
You want to do closing
Hey, Seth. Hey, Seth, would you come put out the chalice for me? Thank you. We extinguish this light, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts and out into the world until we are together again. I've got a quick announcement. Some of you know that we're having an auction in here next Saturday night, this coming weekend. It'll be really fun. Has anyone here ever heard of a silent disco? The way it works is you have headphones and there are a couple of channels and you get to flip through the channel till you find a song you like and you dance like crazy off with other people dancing, and you look over and you see someone with green on theirs and you see green on theirs and you go, oh, we're singing to the same song. It's a little silly, but the wonderful thing is in a big room with lots of people and a lot going on, you can have music, you can have talking, you can have fun. So come and enjoy a wonderful evening together. We've got a couple of live auction items that are not listed on the website where you can bid on things now. One of them is a house that the Heberts have that they call the Little Paradise in the Outer Banks of North Carolina. We've got some dinners, one Sing for Your Supper, hosted by the choir director. A murder mystery night with Douglas and Michael. And Dave Schimmel and Patty Haynes' famous multi-course Indian dinner, another big favorite every year. So I hope to see you there. It'll be a lot of fun.
And now, go in peace and take peace wherever you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.